a venit à venir gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Got him! Got him!
Nicole, she belongs to the streets.
Yeah. Welcome. This is Hood Talk, and I'm here. This is Mr. Know-It-All, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Bella, ready to get the party started. Let's go.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Patty Tuesday. We're here for it. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Marcus Honeysucker on YouTube, Mr. Know It All on Facebook. If you want to share him some love, there's the information right there. But one thing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing. So, let's get started.
He does it with a top headed.
What's up, LaRuben in the house? What's up?
It's close by.
Happy Tuesday to you, brother.
Yeah. Okay, it's time to get it started, man. What can we start at?
Well, let's start with the subject first.
All right, come on with it.
The subject for tonight. Have my people gotten lazy? Point, period, blank. That's all to it. Have my people gotten lazy?
Have they gotten lazy? Do I got to tell the truth? Do I got to tell the truth?
That's what we do here, right?
Oh, man. There's so much to unpack.
Do you think the pandemic caused people to go this route, or do you think people were already headed to the lazy syndrome?
I think the pandemic helped that a lot. I think the pandemic took our habits and our extracurricular and did much damage to us.
To made us resort to in-house activities.
Yeah. Yep, I think so. What's up, Latasha in his house?
Hey, Latasha.
Said, not lazy, they just don't understand life.
Well, a lot of times people live their life how they understand it. So if you're not out there presenting to help, to change a person, to help them understand, just like for instance, I was with a person the other day and their habits of eating, they chew with their mouth open, food drop out, while they're talking, spitting food come out, things like that. So, that's probably something that they normally do, but nobody probably brought it to their attention. Like, that's just a little thing. So just think about all the other habits in life that has equated to us becoming lazy. So we just can't say that they don't understand life. People understand the life that they live or how they were reared or instructed until they understand change. When you don't know the change, you don't change. So
well,
I understand what you're saying.
I might well get into my topic then.
Good evening, Black Queen.
Good evening, Black Queen. Yeah, read that for me.
Okay, March 2020, the world changed. Yes, it did.
Yep.
We went on an instant shutdown. Everybody's life just was on halt.
Right.
We didn't know what was taking place.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I was already from February. I was already ramped up. I had already went and got a little, a little water, a little food. But boy, when it got real, when they shut that basketball season down. When I seen them
I
shut
know, right?
down, I went straight to the store. A lie. Give me every bit of water you got. And let me get all that canned food. I started thinking about the Walking Dead and everything. I had
But
been
that's the thing about it. People were running to the store getting all the tissue.
they wanted to wipe their booty.
From what? If you don't have any food, nothing's gonna come out. So why not get
That was
food?
look, that was ladies getting the tissue. Cause men could grab a couple towels and wash them, keep washing them things. That's the other towel. Leave that alone. I'm just saying. Mike headed to the strip club again. Okay.
Reuben said they renters, sis. We were raised to be owners. Like I said, there are a lot of people that, it's like how you were reared. Everybody,
But
don't
see,
be taught to do things like
reason I say lazy. I'm not saying on the part as in they lazy right now. I'm looking at. I know it was go getters out here that was really on their stuff, men and women that was really on their stuff. And when the pandemic came, when it shut everybody down, it made people gain weight. It made people who was smoking a little weed, it made them smoke a lot of weed. People who were little drinkers, it made them a lot of drinkers. I mean, it did a man. Can I say it? A man, kind of a man fuck on us. Kind of jabbed us in the mind a little bit. Kind of messed us up a little bit.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we was all around here kind of in the matrix. Like we was following what the man said. Oh, do this, shut up, go in the house, stay in the house, don't go nowhere, do this, don't it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was a scary tactic because once you look at the whole world shut down, it's a different when you say, oh, this happened in this country. This happened in this country. But once our whole world shut down, you
That
can't
was different.
travel here, you can't travel there. We don't want you over here. And that let you know racism is real because I noticed a lot of people went back to their homeland and all that, left everybody over here in a certain kind of way. And then I said to myself, ladies did without all these dudes doing their nails and hair. I mean, all this stuff. They were doing this stuff on their own all this time. And I was like, remember, I was even on the show talking about y'all should be out here doing nails, doing this, getting yourself back up. And don't let them come back and take your money again. Y'all sit up here, talk all that stuff. Soon as they open back up, y'all fill they shop up. And I told you they were gonna do it, didn't they?
Yeah.
You do that. I said, y'all talk all that stuff about y'all making money, and y'all want to do this, and y'all want to be business on this and that. And guess what? Out of all that, it's probably 4 black nail shops in the whole Jackson.
Okay.
You can actually go in there and sit down and get your nails done in a shop, not their house, a shop. That's a difference. There's plenty of house shops.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nah, that's just nasty towel. See, you were one of them people, Kimberly, buying tissue. That's what that means. Okay. She said, I never stopped working. Matter of fact, I picked up more hours. Yeah.
It's probably in your field.
Yeah, I feel like go getters, like real serious, that the pandemic, people that kind of really did want to work, it killed them. It killed them.
It gave them a real opt out.
Well, yeah, when they was able to get free rent and and do kind of stuff, this and that. I mean, it killed them. It killed them, man. You know what I'm saying?
They gave extra food money. And I saw no crab legs, no shrimp in the store.
Man. And yeah, because they upped it and said you can buy anything. Well, remember they were talking about shutting it down where you couldn't buy expensive food. Then they opened it up. And remember, Sam's didn't even have food stamps and stuff there.
What you mean?
You couldn't buy food with stamps at Sam's at one time.
Oh, okay.
So they changed the rules at Sam's so people could buy
But they changed that before the pandemic.
It ain't been, but they probably changed it because they knew the pandemic was coming. Remember, they knew in 2019. Remember?
Yeah, but I'm saying way before then, Sam's were accepting food stamps. The only thing that happened was when you shop online or you did pickup orders, you couldn't at one time use your food stamp for that. But no, Walmart added it, and then Sam's added.
No, Walmart been had food stamps.
No, I'm talking about where you can shop for pickup orders, online shopping. You know what I'm saying?
When you think Sam's started food stamps?
Sam's been allowing you to spend food stamps there.
I'm saying when? What year is that?
I don't recall, but I know it was way before the pandemic.
Okay. What year did Sam's started? Oh man. What year did Sam's started accepting food?
Here is information from Wikipedia.
What happened? Let me see. When did Sam's wholesale?
According to Encyclopedia Britannica, in 1983, Walton founded Sam's Wholesale Club, a chain of deep discount wholesale warehouse outlets, and in 1988 he began opening supercenters, which added full grocery fare to the regular merchandise offerings and dwarfed even the barn-like Walmart stores in size.
Okay, when did Sam start? I need to stop.
April 7th, 1983, Midwest City, Oklahoma.
Let's do this. When did Sam start accepting food stamps? What you get?
I'm looking.
Because I'm looking, it ain't really just saying. Oh, dang, they told me this thing. Supposed to know these type of things. Oh, it said, what is that, fall of 2008?
I know because I know it was way before the pandemic because one time at a person that I know shop, a girl came and she had some and she wanted to get rid of them, and we were able to go to Sam's and buy a lot of salmon, things like that. And that was way before the pandemic started.
Read what LaRubin said about the pandemic.
LaRubin said the pandemic should have showed you the truth. Question: if could have stayed at home and went to school and worked. I love the pandemic. I was living like this all along.
I worked through the whole pandemic. I worked through the whole pandemic. I think some people, but I think people who really was on the fence about working, like it really messed people who really didn't want to work. Like the people that really wanted to sit around and just smoke or drink or chill for a minute. The pandemic made people in the party animals at the house. It took, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people were having a lot of house parties, staying away from everybody, but they was at the house getting it in. The liquor store couldn't keep liquor up in there. They were buying them out. That's the one business that never closed. The liquor store didn't never close. You notice that?
Yep.
Now they shut down everything. They did shut down the liquor store. The liquor store and the grocery store stayed. Did you see that? Brett Favre and the governor took all the money.
And did.
Yep. And I bet you don't now one of them do a day in jail. They trying to get Brett, but he's still listening.
Yeah, he has President Trump's old attorney.
Man, the man
to represent him.
The man in Mississippi, they are considered the most corrupt state in America. Considered, you can Google that up. I'm not just saying something just to be saying it.
Yeah, I know.
I always took EBT. No, that is not true if they just started in the fall of 2008. Nah.
I don't know about that.
That what she just said, fall of 2008.
But I'm just saying, you know, they've been taking them for a while before the pandemic is what I was saying.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I know I've been a member of the Sam Club about 30 years, so I know ain't no way they took it all the time, because that's just 10, 11, 12, 13 years, something like that. Right at 13 years.
Yeah, but still, I'm just only thing I was.
Yeah. I agree. Because I guess because I never really saw people in there with the EPT cards till later on. You know what I'm saying? Like early, you didn't see people with the EPT card.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you had to have a membership and all that. A lot of people who own EPT wasn't a membership at Sam's early on.
Yeah, a lot weren't.
Yeah, so now you go through there, you just see people just swiping at the EBT card, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like that back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Kim said, I better get my PEBT or we knocking on his door. That building is built, honey. Bell and them purple lips looking nice. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. I have to side eye him all the time.
Your topic, sir. Right.
Babies. Oh, yeah. They were having them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He said they mind wasn't strong. The pandemic showed the real. Okay. I guess I can agree with that. If your mind is a little falter, and I think, like you said, pandemic might expose any weak chinks in the armor, because during the pandemic, I actually work harder and more diverse. You know, I did construction. I did all kind of different stuff. I just, chose some fields to learn some different stuff. You know what I'm saying? During the pandemic. So I guess everybody just, don't think like that sometimes.
Well, when it came to work, I worked during the entire pandemic, But hey, I was like, you can give me some time off, I'll take it.
Hey. Well, let's get into the show. There it is.
Okay.
Get into that.
Then the government came in and paid us not to work and paid people rent for 11 to 15 months. That must have been nice.
And that's the worst thing that could have happened to some people when
Some people, it hurt them.
rent got paid. Some people just it wasn't the same because I think just like this here, and I hate to put it like this, it's just like a woman or a man. Say a woman, she got a man that he whining and dining her all the time. He taking her out and this and that. He wasn't. Once something happened to him, and she can't get it like that, and she's looking for that same thing again. It destroys her mind of what's really going on around her. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
She think all men should be like this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And these, they don't make these men like this all the time. When you see a dude and he be like, baby, you know what I'm saying? He go 500 and you know, hit me back, baby. I
Wait,
see.
why you have to change your voice though?
I'm just saying, man. A lot of people do like that. They be like, baby, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can check with me later, baby. Here you go. See, and then women that get treated like that for a while, and then they think everybody kind of got it like that. You know what I'm saying? And when reality said you mess around and think everybody got it, and you treat this man bad and let him mess around and leave, then you come looking for this same type of man again, like, oh, what happened? What had happened was you did it.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
You know the song, I did it. Yep. So a lot of what's name. He said, so what happened to?
Missy Tuesday.
Nah, he don't
Missy
need
Tuesday. It's Petty Tuesday.
miss it Tuesday.
It's petty. It was Messy Bundy yesterday.
He missing. He talking like woman.
I don't know nothing about it.
Why can't we buy all these abandoned houses? I got 34 of them. I paid 300 to 500 for each. They trying to live. Oh, okay. So you done you oh, you saying you got 34 of them? Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But if you paid only 300 to 400, how many you got rented out? Because if you spent that much money on that, I know you spent 10 to 15, 20,000 trying to get all of them up and running. So how many, if you bought that many 34, how many you got up and running? That's the whole project. Because if you can't get them up and running, they still bandos. Ain't that right?
Yep.
Yeah, they still bando till you get somebody in it. So I don't think I would.
That's a lot at one time. Did you buy 34 at one time?
If I bought, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I had bought 34 of them at one time,
That's a lot of work.
It would have to be in the same neighborhood. I would have to put a fence around that neighborhood. And have it had to be a one way in, one way out. I have a security guard at the front of the neighborhood, and I get one house ready at a time, going around that thing. But that's the only way I can see. I can see you buying that many, because if you got them all over the place, by the time you put something in this house and you run over
Something else, you got to fix that too.
Somebody gonna be to knock you out. For some of you know what I'm saying? It just would be hard to.
Yeah, and then that's what I'm trying to see. Are your houses in the city of Jackson or surrounding areas? Because a lot of times you get these houses in Jackson, you have to be cautious when they see you working on them. They be lurking. So if you working on it, you have to work on one and finish it to get somebody in there to say what you done put in it to it. Yeah. So it's not easy.
No, not easy at all. I'm sitting up there thinking about that. He got me ready to calculate it.
So good government came in and paid us not to work.
That ain't bad for 34 hours. That ain't but right at $10,000 or something like that.
I would like to know the stage of the houses.
Yeah.
If you paid the taxes to redeem them, or how did you do it?
Let me see. He said, Joe Ryan. Let me see. Definition.
Gentrifying definition: Caucasians buy houses cheap and drive the property value up like they did Harlem and New Orleans. So when you buy it cheap, how?
I mean, he just said, hold on. He said, bro, why we can't buy all these abandoned houses? I understand. But then you said, I got 34 of them
Mm-hmm.
and I paid 300 to 500 for each. They trying to say, okay, you got 34. So you got 34 houses. And I still want to ask that question, how many you got up and running? Because that's the whole thing. Because like I said, to get 34 houses that cheap, it got to be in some rough areas. It got to be in some rough areas because a lot of areas, shoot, some of them folks, some of the out of towners buying these houses and they be trying to sell it for a bando for $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it really done went up since all these folks trying to run out of LA. They running out of LA like this. I'm trying to get somewhere else to stay. They bunning their pockets up in LA. So I mean, like I said, I think that's the worst thing they ever did, man.
What, to pay not to work, so that unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
So they were doing regular unemployment plus bonus, paying your rent free, paying your utility bills. Some people may need it. There were some people that actually were out of work because their jobs were non-essential.
Right.
It didn't have to be in operation. Like if you were in the medical field, of course they needed them. Those people were docking at 300 hours in 2 weeks, almost like that. They were doing a lot of hours of working. They even start having traveling nurses, phlebotomists, like people that's going to different states to work, and they're paying you double what you normally get to then work.
Pat, stimulus ain't the same as what we talking about, man.
But hey, I was grateful for stimulus, the portion I got.
Stimulus ain't the same what we talking about. When they pay you to stop working and to sit at the house, see, stimulus is like they gave you a bonus. You know what I'm saying? They gave you a bonus.
It was well deserved. It was still your money.
Like, you got these many kids, we're gonna give you this. You got you making money, but we're gonna send you a check to help out because we know you can't make as much money as you should because your work done slowed down a little bit and stuff like that. But
actually, they were also given that because of the crisis that people had begun to face. People were actually getting sick, having extended medical bills, having to treat themselves, or
right.
The qualities of things start increasing. Food start going high, so they were thinking this will help you a little bit. But when they start basing it off income and saying you can only get so much of this as stimulus, that's when it was a problem.
Right.
So, fair is fair. Give everybody all the 1,200.
Yeah, they shouldn't. No, they should get everybody about $5,000. That's what they doing across seas. They giving everybody 10, 20,000 and stuff to people trying to go to war. And we doing that for places that we ain't gonna never visit.
That part.
You ain't never said, you know what? I want to go to Ukraine for
right, a getaway.
Getaway. You ain't never just said that.
I've never heard of it until they started.
I've never heard nobody say that. Oh, yeah. Let me go to old Russia. Yeah. No, they ain't that ain't that. They just don't do that. He said what they gave is a pandemic was a stimulus check. Don't argue with me. Shoot, they need to give us some real money, man. I don't know if I want no 12 what 1,200, 1,400 2 times in a whole year. Man, go on with this mess. Give
So
them
how much was the
they,
stimulus?
you
Like,
know what they should have did just to help everybody. Just give all us a good dub. Give us all 20 grand and just let us keep on doing what we do. And I think everybody would have been good on it.
yeah. So I think wasn't it at least about 3,000 individually, for the entire stimulus thing, right? Wasn't it 12, 6, and 12 or 12, 6, and 15? Which one was it? Do you know?
Hold on, say that again. He said
Oh,
Ukraine is beautiful. Oh, you been to Ukraine? He said, I'm Alays Mubuk for real. I work for the government.
he said, bro, they paid $250,000 for Annandale from black people. Then they drove the property up and sold lots for the same price.
What it for Annandale? What
In Madison.
Oh, okay. They paid that much to the people they drove out of there. Shoot, they could have gave me and give me
Well, when they start building up in Madison, have you ever been to, you've been to Sam's in Madison?
Oh,
Like around Sam's,
He's
they start building those buildings and things. There are very few houses that are left still sitting in them. Those are black people.
Right. And you know what I just thought about? He right, because a lot of them houses was like probably worth like 128 and stuff like that. And they was giving them double the value of their houses.
Just to move so they can build buildings.
Yep. So they could build, so they can, man, I'd have jumped, I'd have been gone. I'd be like, peace out. I'm gonna make the home is where the heart is.
I just think if it's something you build, a lot of people just weren't into starting over. Those people that were probably still living there, they probably been living there for a long time.
Guess what? Double, I'd have built something bigger and better.
You'll still be having to spend that money. So what will your benefit come from? Just another
bigger and better.
Well, you got to think about the mortgage and houses in Mississippi.
It wasn't high then, though.
Then when they start building Sam's?
No, it wasn't high then.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm thinking they built Sam's.
But $250,000 isn't a lot of money.
I don't know where y'all. I don't know.
No, I'm saying you saying build.
It's a lot of money to be. Hold on, listen. It's a lot of money to do this. Here you go. Because see, some of them people buying their house was just getting their house paid for. Some of them people paid 22, 23, 40,000 for them houses. You feel me?
But they're set in their ways, and a lot of people don't like new stuff. So they weren't wanting to change. That's why those people are still living there in the midst of all that traffic and upbuilding all around them.
Yeah, and I seen that same thing happen on that the barbershop or something, one of them things. The barbershop, when they built everything around the barbershop or something like that. In the barbershop, the only person that wouldn't sell or whatever. I understand if you got a little business there that making you plenty of money, but a house when they already bought out all my neighbors.
But that's what I'm saying. Some people are set in their way.
Who I'm gonna stay beside? All my neighbors gone. Oh, I'm gonna stay beside the mall. Oh, this is my new lie. I'm gone, man. I don't want that little old lie. I'm gone. I'm finna move out there like everybody else. They could have took that money right there and moved a little bit farther in Clustack at the time or anywhere else and could have got them a nice house, real good at the time, and would have been set. Bought them some land and everything. $250,000.
A lot of
You can
people,
do it.
especially older Black people, like in certain areas, they
You
be
can do a
afraid
lot
of
with
change.
You can do a lot with $250,000 player. I don't care what
What's
you
up,
talking about.
Erica? She's in tonight. Erica says she lazy than a mug.
$250,000. I'd have been sitting in front of a computer talking about the stock market. Soon the oil price went. They put all this money in there. That joker went up a couple of dollars, man. You remember when the pandemic hit and all them stocks dropped? Man, think about that. Think about that $250,000. Shoot it in there. Price will go back up. Hey, you can give me all that, player. You can give me all that. I'm telling you, man. But then, like you said, everybody ain't built like that. Right. What's up, Erica? Erica say she's checking
in the house. She's checking in.
You so beautiful, chick. All right,
oh, thank you. Ain't nothing wrong with gentrification.
Ain't nothing wrong.
Dudes ain't smart enough to improve their own area and make the value go up. Good for them. It take Pat to say it like that.
Okay, but let me tell you something. But I mean, he's really saying it right because even New York.
I know. I wasn't knocking it.
Yeah, New York and all that. Every time I think about when you say gentrification, I always look at the same Black people got the same right to buy these houses when they going down. You know what I'm saying? Because the people is ready to sell and this and that. And I see how some people can in the hood can buy them a house and they fix it up nice, got the nicest street in a whole messed up neighborhood. They got two houses. Sometimes they own their house and the house next door and all that old type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It is what you do with it.
Yeah. And you know what's the problem is? Everybody wanna jump up and live like the Joneses. Most of our mamas didn't live like the Joneses, and they made money. And same thing. Why you think you gonna jump up and live like the Joneses? Somebody got to start somewhere, be somewhere. See, I hate to cut y'all, but some people will sit there and pass up great deals. Like I'm sure. If somebody done looked at a house, nice house, 30, 40,000 cash, you buy it, man, nice neighborhood, you can build it up or whatever. And then you got to think about it. If you make 40, 50,000 a year and you fix it up, I mean, you got you something. You know what I'm saying? You got you something. But people will look past all of that. And then they get into this mind state that, oh, I don't want to be locked down nowhere. You got these people that's in debt. America is the most debt place in the nation.
When you say locked down, what you meaning? In what sense are they saying they're not wanting to be locked down?
You know, people be talking about that. Oh, I might not want to stay here for the rest of my life.
Oh, okay.
People always use this same thing, and 20 years later, they're at the same place, or they move, and 10 years after they move, they come back, and somebody's sick and got sick, and this and that. Oh, if you had a house here, even if you had moved and rented out, you still would have been good when you came back. People don't even look at it like that. Just own something. Just go ahead and own something.
Yeah, I agree.
If you don't never own something, I mean, some people don't even want to own a car. You're out here leasing a car $1,000 a month and ain't gonna never own it.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying though, and that's just me. It's just my old messed up good thinking.
That's what you're gonna say right now. And try to do is toot your horn. Okay. But I was saying that the problem is a lot of times people are living for people. They're trying to impress people that they are part of gentrification. Like you're a part of this social status by looking the part.
Yeah.
and not actually being the part. And people are not understanding that.
Pat said
So,
he,
like the Joneses has gotten a lot of people messed up.
Pat said he going to Spain.
And Marrakesh next month. Okay, Marrakesh. I've never heard of that. I gotta look that up, Pat. That went above my head.
I got to hurry up and get down to Pat. What's his name? Let me see. Go ahead.
Okay, so LaRuba said 90% of the land in Madison was black. They paid $250,000. Way for the whole subdivision. Understand this. Ingleside be the same for the whole golf course and subdivision. Okay. So he's saying the entire subdivision was bought at $250,000, not each individual.
No, that ain't true. That ain't true because I know some people that got paid off their houses up in there. And they were offering people double and triple the cost of their house. The cost of their house wasn't that they were because they actually even did that over in the hood over there by Glendale Street, the old Glendale Street that was beside Galloway School. When Galloway was getting that property to build that school right there, they was offering them folks 2 and 3 times
the value of their home.
They was giving them checks, and they just gave it to them because they were gonna take it anyway. They appraise your house, and we gonna give you this because it's going anyway. That's how they did it because it's considered commercial land. So it's like
being that close to the school.
Yeah, it's like you know how like just like a railroad track can run through somebody's land or this and that. They were close to their school, and
that's what I'm saying. Being that close to that school.
And let me tell you something. If I'm down there and I got land, and I paid 50, 60, and somebody tell me 60, they finna give me 3 times my land, and you know, and I had the land 3-4 years. I don't care if I had it 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm finna go. I see y'all on the other side. And why y'all tongue wrestling, not having nothing but your house at the end of the day? Cause what you gonna do? Build a farm around the mall? What you gonna do with your house? You gonna make a business out of it? I mean, if you ain't finna change it into a supermarket, I can't see what you gonna make out of your house right there. You feel what I'm saying? Your property is only what you can still make out of it. It's a house. It's not a store. I can see if you say, I'm not going to sell it. Why they build all this stuff around me? Let me build a store up in here. You feel what I'm saying? Now that's me saying that's how I'm gonna keep. But if somebody's saying, oh, your house is worth 150, you know what we're gonna do for you? We're gonna give you 400,000 to move. Bye. What a check here, man. Pay me my check. Pay me my check, man. I'm gone, man. That's called smart business, man. That's called smart business. Because you can sit on that house all that time. It ain't gonna make you no money. Your taxes going up because all the big buildings done got around you. Now your taxes are sky high. Now your taxes $4,000 a year. And you ain't making no money off of it. I'm just saying, ain't that about right?
Yep, let's catch up. Yeah. Ruben said, what's the difference between Jackson and Madison? Bro, you remember how Fondren used to look? Remember the old Capri movie theater? Tell them, bro, what kind of movies was played there when we were young?
Yeah, and they done hyped all that, the movie theater back up and running good. They done refurbished all that over there.
The highball little bowling alley, nice, got a little restaurant.
They done redid all that, so it ain't no use to it. It look way better.
You were saying, do you remember how it used to look? Like they've come up.
Yeah,
I mean, the old Capri, that used to actually be a theater like for black people too, or what?
I don't
Do you
know. I
recall?
never went into it.
Okay.
I think I don't know. I've never been. I was a dollar movie type dude.
So where you were, the Metro Mall
The Metro Mall.
and the Jackson Medical Mall.
What's that down there? The Meadowbrook had the movie theater there.
Okay. And you know what? Sure did. Sure did.
Yeah, Meadowbrook had one. We know, North Park and stuff. But,
No, what about the movie theater that used to be off of Lynch Street?
yeah,
Remember that one?
was around by
Metro Manor?
yeah, Metro Mountain, right
Mhm.
around the corner. Yeah, going to Metro Mountain, that movie theater there. Yeah, I've been in there. That's what I'm saying. I Joe can't go through all that other stuff. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Pat said after half the black folks in Madison sold their land, LaReuben Anderson, one of them, should have had a light bulb go off and say, these mugs up to something. Dumb is just dumb.
I mean, guess what? I ain't never seen one of the black folks that sold their land come back and say, you know what? I wish I hadn't sold my land. I'm just saying, because it wasn't like, the reason I'm saying it like that, because it wasn't like I'm saying, it wasn't like they land was doing stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But Big Dog bro said, I got 150 interior Mississippi. I would never say it. I understand. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you the. Let me get down to that though. Let me get down.
Okay, LaReuben said that is true. I knew McHarris family real talk, the street right there. Okay, he's talking about Sam. What's up, Chelsea? I was wondering where you were. And Derek said, home ownership with no mortgage is the key to a less stressful life and good retirement, especially if you can do it young, 60 and still paying for a home with 15 years.
Right.
That's a life change thing.
That's what I'm saying.
But you're gonna ever pay it off.
Some of these folks, man, they was probably still paying notes on their house. And a joker offer you, we gonna buy your house out, we're gonna pay the rest of your mortgage, and we're gonna drop
100,000 in your pocket. That's different.
Man, I'm gone. I'm gone.
That's different.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I got 150 in Terry I would never sell.
And I can listen, and I can understand that. But all I'm saying, if we look at it like this here, if you're gonna never sell it, are you gonna ever do something with it? And see, that is the other part of it. See, like some people, like that 150 acres, like he's saying. See, you can the trees get so big, you sell the tree land, you done made that. Boom, you done made you almost a cool meal on selling lumber. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, people don't even understand that game of it, of just what's the name, you know what I'm saying? So, you can get some tree sales, lumber sales, and you good. It done paid off your stuff 20 more years. And let me tell you what I'm gonna tell you what, and I ain't gonna say no certain colors. I'm gonna tell you what some people do. Some people go out there in them woods, they buy that land, they sell the wood out that land, and then they sell the land. Because the land don't mean nothing for 20, 30 more years till the wood get back up to selling time. You feel what I'm saying? So only if you're a young man do it really benefit you. Like you buy something and you 20 years old. But if you buy something and you 50 and you done sold the what's name, why not get your money, sell the temple, You can sell the land too, unless you got young, you know what I'm saying? You got a family, you got kids that are gonna take over this land. Is you think that can hold this land down the next 20
They
years?
do what with it though?
That's what I'm saying.
Right. You
Sell
gotta have
it.
a plan.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I be trying to talk about, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a plan with the land. Ain't no reason for me to go out there, right there in North Park, and own me a house in between two big old gigantic buildings because I got pride. Nah, player. I'm gone. I'm gone like everybody else. Everybody else got good. Everybody else who sold their home got a big old house somewhere with a driveway, a new truck, and everything off that deal. They got on out of there and got on down and got some more land. Land is always for sale. It's
Yeah.
always somebody selling land.
Yeah. Oh, I missed one, but you okay? I
Oh.
didn't read Derek's.
Hold on, go ahead.
Derek said, I have 2 houses near Van Winkle right now, and value has tripled since they rezoned it to a C80 and C2. I get letters and calls daily. You know why? Because they rezoned that area, probably making it a residential district. Because it's close to the school, the value gone up, but they're trying to make that value go up so what they offer you can go ahead and accept. Because like he was just talking about with the school Galloway, they gonna give you something, but they gonna get that land anyway eventually
Right.
when it's time.
Right.
So
When it's time, if you
they
real
let
close,
them pay you.
if you real close to that school, all you can do is negotiate and get
Negotiate and get on down, cause they gonna get it anyway.
Because there's some people that will hardball and they just offer them the price value and what they said, an extra 20-30% or something. I mean, they can just take the land and give you what they supposed to give you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, certain land you ain't got rights for, even though you think you got rights for.
Yeah, and that's what it is. That's why they rezoned it to a C80, C2, so that it can be that.
Yeah.
They working on your rights for having that property in that area. So just be careful with that. You know,
they forgot about
work together.
Forgot about the porn movie thing. I didn't go there.
Oh, oh, really? Oh, that was kind of legal or something?
Yeah, that other porn movie right there on Terry Road too. What was that?
That was a store, wasn't it?
Nah, that was a porn place. They used to play porn movies on there, and the other one, there's the little place around there by the UPS.
Oh.
The Nazi.
Ellis Avenue movie. Where Ellis Avenue movie?
Yeah, on top of the right by the around the corner where the Save Light used to be, on the side of the building. On the side. Yeah, I remember that.
Wait a minute. Save a Lot on Ellis Avenue?
Yeah, Save a Lot. That what the church is now.
Second Save.
Second Save, my bad. Second Save. It was a movie theater on the side of that building.
Yeah. But it didn't stay open long, right?
No, it was open for a while.
No, okay.
I went there. We used to go there all the time. It just said, shoot, game banging and all kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, you know how that is. They ran up out of there.
I don't. But okay.
They were like, no more movies around here, player. Y'all fighting and cussing. And I'm telling you, once dudes start, because that was a real thing. Dudes in the movie theater talking through the whole movie, this and that, and it just got worse and worse.
Talking through the movie for what? Like at each other or what?
Yeah, just talking the whole movie. Ooh, don't do it. Don't hit him. Don't, yeah, doing all that old stuff.
That wasn't you, was it?
No, imagine. I don't talk anymore. I be like this.
Oh, you enjoy TV and stuff. I
be
know.
watching. No, I don't do all that. So I mean that just. Oh, hold on.
Kimberly said, land can be passed to your family. Instead, now they are looking for land and can't afford it.
Yeah. Yeah. But, but it's just like what we say. People looking for land at the ass end. Land been for sale for the longest. And see, it's like inflation. Once they inflate everything up to a certain, somebody come and buy all these acres of land. You remember when I was telling you about the land? You remember last time when I was saying about the land, like getting land and the whole thing is kind of like you can say your people got land, just like Ruben said, he bought 150 acres of land. Okay. If you ain't doing nothing with the land, that's how people lose land.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't doing nothing with the land, the land just really costing you money if you ain't doing nothing with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if it's in an older person name or something like that, and they still, that only covers so many acres that you can file under your name. You can't be tax exempt for 300 acres. You know what I'm saying? Because you done made it to age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, if you ain't doing nothing with it, you still losing out. That's why you have kids, family, and people used to, and I was talking to it with my boys the other day, how we have been tricked where all of us, we run to the city. We run to the city and we run straight to the city and we let everybody double back and buy the land from us. And now we get to the city and then we rent and doing this and we never own no more. That be the problem sometimes.
Yeah.
We done got into this rent, don't buy nothing, don't own nothing, have it where you can easily pick up and leave and move on to another. See, everybody
they treating land like relationships. What you mean?
Right. Just like relationships. I don't want to be locked down. I don't want to be locked down nowhere, and I might want to go. And see, that's what's happening right now. A lot of people could have a lot of things, but they scared to lock some down and kind of have some.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Derek said tree or hay. That's true.
Yep.
They can take that dried up grass. Say right, boy. Cow ponds, hay, the land makes money.
Right. So and that's the problem. You got to treat land like a business. If you ain't treating it like a business, ain't no reason for you to go out there and look for land.
The rumor said land more precious than gold. Looking for Texas vendors now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
They'll drive for their little hay, honey, and spread it all the way from here to Texas.
Right.
The Wilson family sold the land for North Park and the graveyard on the corner of County Line. If the other people can fight to keep their land, why can't we?
Well, I'm going to tell you. We wasn't trying to keep our land a lot of times. A lot of people out in the country didn't want to farm no more, didn't want to do what landowners did. Landowners cut trees, farm, grew their own food, did stuff where they were self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying?
You think they just didn't know?
Look, guess what? You go in the Delta and all that, and you see them big old tractors running down there, raking them things. They
them bells.
No, I'm saying even when they just all that cotton and what's the name that they planting down there. See, they doing something with their land. You feel what I'm saying? They doing something with their land, and then we get land, and we don't even want to save to try to buy a tractor to come, to get the land right and do stuff. It's a lot of stuff. It's work into it. And if you ain't got nobody teaching you, then that's why, a person that's into the business can really teach somebody who's not in the business to do the business. Because if you don't know what you're doing, how can you do it? It's like trying to be a mechanic and don't have nobody to show you.
Don't have no tools.
Right.
What to do first.
Right.
But that's the thing I was saying. Do you think a lot of people just didn't know? They didn't know what to do, He was saying New Horizon, well, that movie for Ellis Avenue was.
What's up, Krista? In his house?
Miss Scott.
He said, we sell our land for nothing, bro. Understand game. I understand. No, I'm saying when people sell their land for nothing, I understand exactly what you're saying. But what I'm saying, if you ain't doing that, when we say nothing, okay, like you got people that say, oh, I'm $2,000 an acre, or $2,000, not like, well, it's according on what kind of land it is. See, people don't realize you got land that's kind of dirt, got clay land, you got all kind of different land that can be used for different things. You feel what I'm saying? See, you can take some of that land and use it and have it a dump pit where they, all this plastic and all this stuff that going around, they don't have enough place to put some of this plastic and dumping grounds and stuff like they got in.
Well, why would you want something to contaminate your land? Just go to the government and let them pay you to raise goats and pigs and chicken or grow some trees. They'll pay you for these type of things. They'll pay you to plant these trees on your land. Pay you to build a pond.
Yeah, I'll be out there selling catfish, farming, fat catfish.
Yeah, government funding is for that. It's called Natural Resource Conservation Service. You need to conserve the land. That's what they say.
They be like, what you eat every day, fish?
How you cook it? All kind of ways. Barbecue fish, fried fish, air fried.
You already know
the air fryer is the new go-to. I'm sorry, if you don't have one, everybody invest in you in the air fryer. It's the best thing ever happened since microwave. Kimberly said okay, go ahead. Okay, she said we have 118 acres. My family lives on the land. The whole family divide the taxes up and pay for it. That's what's up. That's what needs to be done.
Right.
That's
what I'm saying. If you don't have a family that's down,
or people that's willing,
right? Because one person, man, they gonna catch you trying to
tell you.
You need a family out there, boy.
Yes, so you can really sing "Love My Family." So you really need this.
That's what you gonna say.
Kim said, "You don't have to do anything. You can just live in your space and be at peace in your space."
Yeah, you're right, but and that's when you come up to a point where the money ain't everything. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So I think a lot of people look at it like that, like money ain't gonna stop you from, really doing what you're gonna do.
Okay, LaRuben said, we must stop selling our land for nothing. I like what you said about the city mouse. The city mouse will sell his birthright, meaning land for nothing. I'm both city and country. So you need to know how to sell your country land, city boy.
Right. And then they see what that's why I said they run to the country. And they run to the city and sell their people land in the country, or just leave their land. It's some people just leave their land, they
Don't
have
even worry about it.
paid for a house, everything, just leave it and run to the city. Don't pay taxes no more and just lose it. What about all these people that done lost houses just because they ain't paid the taxes? What about that part?
Well, I just hope it wasn't a hardship that caused them to do it, but I would rather it been a hardship than you just leaving it just because
Right.
you just didn't want to deal with it no more. You could have put an effort and sold it to somebody that's going to take care of it. This is your family stuff. If you're not going to do anything with it, allow somebody else to, which will happen anyway.
And I agree with that. I agree with that.
Ruin said real talk.
Real talk, sis. Uh-oh, I got another brainstorm.
Oh Lord. How can people get back on track to remember how to work and pay bills again? When you become homeless and don't have nowhere to live, don't have no lights, no water, it's a struggle trying to live out a car. I don't know how you wake up and wash your face and brush your teeth, use the restroom. You have to go and see if you can find. And now the pandemic, places are not 24 hours like they used to be. So you can't just pop up at the gas station or the store and think you can use their potty or take a bath. You know, it's rough. So you're going to have to pay your bills so you can have somewhere to live comfortably.
I agree.
Losing it all can make you get yourself to like, oh, I got to get this together. I can't be out here like this.
And I feel like a lot of people just not realizing that point too, that it is a place where you really have to you have to really sit yourself down and say, you know what?
I got to get myself together.
No mas. I got to get this stuff together.
You said the car ain't the problem, sis. It's that person. That's what I said. I just said the car for an example. Like it would be really hard to try and live out of a car when you've lost all. The statement said, how can you get people back on track to remember how to work and pay bills again? You know, I'm just saying when you lose it all, you don't have nowhere to sleep, nowhere to come and call home. You know, so what would make you get it together if you lost all of that?
Guess what? It's easy to live out of a car because I done did it before. Because when
you're talking from experience.
Once you lose it all, that's when you get that wake up call. I think one time when I realized, you know what I'm saying, I had kind of hit rock bottom. I remember walking and it started raining. It was raining and good it started raining because it was able to camouflage my tears in the rain. You know what I'm saying? So
I was just about to say, were you crying?
Yeah, you know, you sit back and you think about like, man, I done hit rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? And then I just swore to myself that I'm never gonna be in this place again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you have to get to that place where it can help open your eyes.
Yeah.
Even in a lot of terrible situations we deal with, we'll go through things, but when it really affects you enough to know, hey, I don't want to be at this place again in my life, and you don't go back there. So tell me, since the last time you lived out your car, have you ever been close to going back there?
Well, me, I'm gonna tell you this. The way I look at it is once you live out your car, you realize it can be done. So you always say in your head that it's a possibility.
Oh, of course. No, I'm not.
No, I'm just saying, like that what fuels you to keep on. That what fuels me to get up every day.
That's the only thing I'm asking.
I don't want to be there no more.
Right. So one thing my mother always told me, she was like, never say never, because you don't know exactly where you'll be. So that's why you have to work towards goals and work to put yourself in positions where you can always stay in a good place. So I was just asking, like, since you went through that era in your life when you say you were living in a car,
Yeah.
So I'm saying, have you ever came to a point in your life since then that you were almost living in your car again? No, because apparently that experience allowed you to grow where you won't have that circumstance anymore.
I mean,
So that's all I meant by that.
I done lived in my car for a night, but no.
Lived in your car for a night. That's not living in your car. That's called go to sleep because you couldn't make it home. Save yourself with that stuff. Let's keep it real, bro. What the movie say, bro?
He said, how you lose something?
That's yours. Whose fault it be? It be the person's fault.
Yeah.
A lot of times we don't understand what circumstances we are caught up in to make us even end up here. But when you end up there, don't fall and stay there. You got to get up.
And guess what? And we can say that, but that ain't always true either. You can lose something because somebody else's fault. Yeah.
But why?
It's people that been, listen, watch this. It's people that went to jail 10, 20, 30 years because some police officer profiled him or somebody said he the one did it and he ain't had nothing to do with it, and they just getting DNA, letting them loose and all that. It's people doing 20, 30 years, and who fault is that? You feel what I'm saying?
But
so I'm not finna.
Why they didn't fight for it? They just allowed the police to say they did and it's over with. You don't fight, get no help to help you fight it. What?
You can try to fight a lot of things. Let me tell you something. You don't think, hold on, you don't think a rat try to fight a snake? Sometimes the snake is just overpowering. See, you got to think about it. The system got all the power. They can lock you up and tell you going to jail for 20 years. What can you do? Oh, you in chains. You already in handcuffs. What can you do? You can fight when they give you a chance, when they give you a chance to get a phone call. I done been in jail and mad because they tell you get your phone call. And that police officer, he ain't got to hurry up and get you, he'll give it to you, but not right now. Yeah, maybe in the morning. See, people don't even realize how the system used to be. People look at this social media and they say, oh, and then y'all see just a couple years ago how they exposed the system and everybody with their camera phone was showing you what police were really doing out here. But think about it back in the day, like them boys that got caught in New York Park and did all them years.
Yeah.
And all that. You ain't got to be done did nothing wrong to get put in the wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're talking
about to lose everything. You ain't got to be done did nothing wrong. You can be, like they say, wrong place, wrong time. And then sometimes you can be in your own house, just like that white woman came in that black dude house, shot him on his couch watching TV. And she said she was in the wrong apartment, and she out right now. Come on, man.
Well, those scenarios are different. That's not what we were talking about. We were just talking about from the thing of losing all to live in a car. I wasn't talking about losing all that the black man profile has identified him on radar to be harassed. I wasn't talking about that because that will take us to another different level. Yeah. Because I'm sure that there have been other George Floyds before George Floyd was exposed. And the reason why that was exposed because somebody decided to pull out a camera and to show it and record it. Right. So I'm sure that there has been other George Floyds before it took place in Minnesota. So I understand that. I wasn't talking on that level. I'm just talking about living in the car.
I can't wait to read LaReuben book. He's writing right there. I know he's writing.
Not all the time. Okay.
Right. He just like me, not all the time. He's a how, bro. And I know since I said that, he writing a good essay for me. I know when I get down there, he gonna put it up there. He said,
illness or anything that life throw at you.
Thank you. Yeah. And that's what I'm telling you, I always pray, you know what I'm saying, that I kind of, keep yourself together because you can lose it just by an accident. You can lose everything, an accident. You can lose your
Well,
mind.
just like you said, being in the wrong place at the wrong
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, or something just happened to you. Just shoot. Look, I guess what I dream about all the time.
What?
I ain't gonna even lie. Crazy dream. Sometimes I be mowing somebody's yard, right?
Okay.
You know, like say I'm just mowing somebody's yard or mowing my yard or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking up at the trees and saying, man, one of these limbs fall down. You know what I'm saying? It just
Like
you
Final
always
Destiny type of stuff.
never thought about because like I watched an episode. I had to stop watching it. I watched a few episodes of 1,000 Ways to Die.
Oh.
Man, people were dying going swimming in the pond, and a worm went up the man penis and had eggs and all. Man, I'm telling you, man.
And he died?
Man, died, man. I'm telling you now.
Well, listen, why you talking about this? I have a fear.
I could
My
never
fear
look. I ain't been in no pond swim since. I ain't even been in no.
But this was on the show, Way to Die. He died from that.
No, it's showing you 1,000 ways to die, and they just showing you strange ways where people done died.
So
and
now men need to start swimming with condoms on.
Yeah. Then let's get in your booty. What you gonna put a dope stopper back there?
They got tampons. But anyway, my biggest fear, I have a fear of dying in a car accident. So that's why I drive for myself and others.
And then you heard that.
What? There it says, spend all your money trying to get free, then what?
Right.
I really don't know, Derek, because I hadn't ever been put in that position. Oh, thank God for that. You know, mark that down.
I know many of brothers that getting put in this wrong situation. And then, like you said, if you're in the wrong situation, you start spending all your money, soon death is gonna come, because if you ain't got nobody really fighting for you or really to put some money behind you, social media just helped out where people can use social media more. But back in the day, man, people were just missing in action. It's people people in jail right now that I know in places like Madison and all that. They've been locked up for 2-3 years. Ain't even seen court date yet. Ain't even been to court over their crimes yet. Been locked up 2-3 years. I'm telling you now. You can.
And what was the reason?
You can get thrown away at it because they can't afford the bail. Some of them jokers put the bail so high that you ain't gonna get out.
$1 million.
Right. You ain't gonna get out no way because ain't nobody gonna put that kind of money up for you. Shoot. I'm just
saying. You looking from the wrong perspective, bro. Them smartphones changed the game. That's what he said. He's like, when people start recording things, that's what helps society out now. That's why I was just saying that there have probably been another George Floyd before his incident took place.
Let me do you just like that. Now, the phones that help you in certain cases. Guess what? Cameras and phone that kept you up. What happened to that lady Sandra Bland on the side of the road?
Right.
She taped that whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Went to jail, right?
But where she was, right?
Hold on, right. She didn't make it out. Okay. Right. Just like that in Mississippi, that state trooper whooped that black boy on camera, threw him in the ditch, choked him while he was already in handcuffs.
In handcuffs and wasn't swinging on.
They said they looked it over and they ain't see no wrong.
No wrong.
Let me tell you something. You can.
And he didn't run at all. Try to get away.
Guess what? Don't y'all ever think that because you done seen 3 or 4 cops go to trial and went to jail that you ain't seen the other 400,000, 500,000, 600,000 that got off. There what people don't even realize. Keep on dreaming about them 4 they put right there on national news. Say, yeah, y'all calm down. See, we doing something. Look at him. He gone. Yeah. What about all the ones that get off and the ones that they said, nah, that we ain't even investigating it. That's over with. That case over with. They even some states that you could film police officers, they changed the rules just so they can't use that in court no more. They changed the rules. They don't want it fair. They don't want it fair.
It has a lot to do with what state you're living in. And Mississippi,
and what town.
And what town.
Right.
Certain parts of Mississippi, I'm sorry, you don't have a chance against any law enforcement or a person of authority. You do not. And that's crazy. You know, I see the NAACP step in when things are drastic or to a detriment of someone's death. But before then, racial profiling, and it's so sad that we have our own race that racially profile us, period, because we the same color. They're taught because you're a part of this team, this is what we do. So they do it too. So, okay. But Ruben said, Leos ain't crazy. We see game a mile away. So, Ruben, you're a Leo?
Yeah, he right about that.
No, okay.
I didn't know Lou. That's why he be. Okay, my bad.
He said a dream is pre-Nasism. What is that? I've never heard of that word.
I had to look that one up.
I'm gonna look it up.
Do I need to put it back on the screen? Or you good?
Yeah, put it up.
It's on the screen. Go on, type it in.
Oh, okay.
And
is it spelled right?
I don't know.
He said pre.
Once you start typing, they're gonna correct it.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Brian put the real thing at the bottom.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Right.
Ocean. Okay. I get it. Right. Maybe that's what he meant. I don't know.
Sitting on the dock, just wait. See, that's what I'm saying. Like he said, sitting on that docket, just waiting. Just wait. Man, you might not never get out of that damn thing, man. Shoot.
I don't know what that mean either.
What that motion
premonition
mean? Trying to think.
But I don't know if that's what LaRuben meant. He had another word.
It seemed like when I'm looking at it, it seemed like he might have spelled it just how, it coming out in your head.
Oh, maybe he talking and it's just coming out how he's saying it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, premonition is something like what we were just giving an example for when we were talking about how the system is doing, how the system does people that's on locked up and hadn't had a court date.
Right.
Like you have a strong feeling like why this ain't happening. Like you feel this type of way because of what's going on.
Is it? Oh yeah, something about to happen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And see let me tell you something. When I was coming up and I was out here in the streets and things, you always, let me tell you something, every time you got pulled over by the police, you thought the police was going to plant something on you, beat you up. You were sitting up there thinking about all these things that do I need to be nice to them? Because we didn't have that same fear of getting shot. Police wasn't trigger happy like real trigger happy back in there. They got out with their little billy clubs. They were ready to beat you, but they didn't really just come out and was kind of like, we want to shoot you. You feel what I'm saying?
But you know what? Let me tell you. Now I understand men of your nature, your color, often get harassed or singled out by police officers, right?
Right.
So, us as females, we usually feel like, okay, we'll be okay because if a man pulls us over, we can just bat our eyes and probably get away, right?
Right.
What do you do when the female officer pull you over, right? Let me tell you, not too long ago, I had an incident. I was going out to meet a friend of mine, 3:00 in the morning, They were having a little situation, and I had to get there. So I'm going there, and I'm thinking like, oh, I'm traveling down this street right here. I'm scared, So I get to the little stop sign. I yield, didn't see no cars. I went through the stop sign. So I go to the next light. The light red, dark area. I'm like, okay, I stop. I look all the ways. I don't see no cars. So I go through the red light. The officer pulled me over. Hey, what are you doing? You ran through that stop sign. I said, I didn't run through it. I paused and I went on through. And then I said, I paused and I stopped at this light. I looked all directions. No cars were coming. So I went on through. She was like, yeah, okay. Whatever. Let me see your ID. I gave it to her. Insurance, gave it to her, no problem, right? And she was like, what you in your hurry for? I said, my girlfriend need my help. She said, girlfriend? Oh. She was like, keep that good record up. Slow down. Stop running through these lights. Now, if I probably would have said a man, she probably would have harassed me, gave me 2 tickets. And that's sad that you have to play on, what you have to say to people to get past things, which is terrible.
Well, women always did that, though.
I've never experienced that.
No, I'm saying like men always knew that women always had the upper hand. I mean, that's why even back in the day, that's why a woman drive and the other dudes sit in the passenger side.
Why? So she can get harassed by the crazy police officer?
She ain't gonna get harassed. Hey, a black woman is like a bodyguard. Go ahead. What you got? What you say you got to say, Mr. Officer?
But I'm telling you, that's sad that people have to go through things like that. You're already in a city that's on turmoil. I'm thinking like you all around here harassing people for a stop sign. Did you just chase that car that went 100 miles past us? No, you didn't even care about that.
Well, I was just letting y'all know that Sanders from JSU is being in the runner-up for the Heisman. You heard it from him.
The son?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Heisman
talk. Heisman talk. If he
it.
keep it up, baby, he probably go on undefeated record. He might mess around and catch the Heisman. You see him posing like his daddy. Doing that little, Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Honey, I might go to a JSU game this year. He said, female cop was taking me to jail from being on one at Waffle House. Told me I reminded her of her husband. And then she dropped me off at a house.
That house. Yeah.
The house.
I done been did like that before. I done been where a police officer said he was gonna arrest me.
A man.
Yeah. And,
okay.
And he just cause what happened, he knew me, but he felt like I had disrespected him because I ain't come. I was at the club, what I'm saying? And Joe would tell me to come outside, man. Yeah. Don't nobody tell me where to come. I don't care if you police officer or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he called himself in and take me out there, scold me in front of another police officer. And, I just wanted you to meet this other police officer. I understand, but man, you ain't got to do it like that. So I mean, it was like when police abuse their authority sometimes, it's like, because this is not legal. I'm not legal. I'm inside the club, inside the door of the club. You telling me to come outside the club. This is not a legal binding thing that I got to do. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were saying, oh, your car parked here, or something. He just wanted, he know me, and I was like, hey, I got a drink. I can't walk outside. And when he come in the club and come get me back outside because he done told me, dude, this is not legal stuff. And I wish stuff like this can stop being done, because I think that's when people start feeling a certain kind of way about police because they take their authority and they overstep it. You know what I'm saying? They try to treat you like you less than them because what's the name? You know, mutual respect, and then you do your job. You know, whoop, whoop, whoop. But I think the police now act a lot better because these are the same police probably been harassed like me. So you know, it be like this sometimes. Yeah, hand them that high, man. That'll be so. That'll put Mississippi on the map for real. You get it, son. The son, the Jack State, bring the Heisman to Jack State. That's when you.
That'd be nice. I'll be happy for Jackson State University.
You heard it from here. Like and share.
Yes, give him the Heisman. You deserve it.
Deion Sanders' son, the Heisman. We trying to make it happen. Yes, we want him posing in front of Jackson State School.
That part.
Yeah, that part. Yeah.
Do it again.
With the ball like this.
He said, question says, horoscopes tell you a lot about a person. Can y'all tell us your horoscope? He's always a Leo.
Man, Leo. I'm August 3rd.
I'm Leo, August 5th.
And you know what? It does because I might get on here one day and pull out my book and have y'all to tell me y'all birthday, and then I go down there and tell you something about yourself.
Oh, you got you a whole horoscope Bible. Okay,
I got books up to here.
Okay.
Horoscope books. I would tell you about who you more compatible with, who you not compatible with.
I need you to do that for me. Tell me about it.
I'm gonna break it down on the what's name there.
Brian said, I got a couple of homies that are police officers, and I hung out with them a couple of times. And say what you want. That's a scary mug job. And I believe it, because you don't know if you about to face death or not. These people in Jackson or wherever, you don't know the intentions of other people. That's what make their job more.
Because I done seen video or just regular traffic cops and they do felonies, and if you pull out the wrong person and you never what he on.
You don't know.
I done seen him jump out the car and get the gun at him and really trying to shoot him. I seen one dude go all around the car shooting at the cop and then shot the cop 2-3 times. One car ran off and then came back and shot him down. Man, I done seen some stuff. When I be watching some of these cop things, when he realized the most dangerous chases and most dangerous thing, man, that ain't nothing out. And let me tell you, the most dangerous job there is. You hear me?
I'm listening.
Convenience store.
Oh yeah.
Working a convenience. I was in the convenience store the other day and I heard them dude talking to the dude, and I was just seeing how he was just keeping his cool and stuff. And I told him when the dude left out, I said, I wouldn't want your job. I promise God. And he was like a Pakistani dude or something like that, but he didn't even respond to nothing he was saying. Dude, like, you scratching all the talking about scratching on a ticket or one of them lottery tickets or something.
Really?
Man, I was like, wow, all this. Just stop gambling, man. If you want to win that bad, just stop gambling, man. He said it makes sense now. We all
Leos make sense. What you talking about? Not hood talk, bro. Call it pride talk. That don't sound right.
Hood talk. Nah, but I'm gonna let him go with that one. See?
Yeah. Brian said domestic violence calls are the most dangerous. You don't know what's going on when you get there. That's true. I heard today that a young man ran over the girlfriend. how do you handle things like that? It's scary, and they have to deal with a lot. The emotions can't be out there. You are out here working, so
And
you
that
can't
happened
show
in
no
Jackson.
emotions on no side of what's going on.
That happened in Jackson. But they was from another town.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, cause I seen something talking about 61, and I was like, but then they turned around and said on some street here. I had I looked it
Yeah.
up. It was it was JPD looking at it. So he ran over him in Jackson on one of these roads.
Yeah, in Jackson, out south somewhere.
But they was from a little country town. I'm tired of these folks from the country town coming to Jackson,
Coming to your city.
raising
Oh, that's what
our
you gonna
crime.
say.
Go back to the country. Come there.
What incident? And that's what you're gonna say.
Oh no! I be watching them run the light and everything. I be like, every time I see a tag that ain't from here, Jackson State people and everything, I be like, man, y'all better stop coming to my town, running these lights.
That's probably a stolen tag. What you talking about?
Well, it's stolen from that town. Okay.
So the people from Jackson probably went there and stole it while they were here.
Got you. Whoever stole it probably from that same town they from. You don't steal no town. You don't steal no tag from an old town and come put it on a new car here. Man, that part. Cause even even when somebody tried to break in my brother's house, they stole a tag and put it on a car, on a new truck.
Well, my tag was stolen. I just had to get another tag.
Wow. They really own something, ain't it?
Yeah. I don't know where it was taken from. All I know is it was gone.
Oh. And see, that's why I always go out there and look at my tag. I be like,
I don't know what made me even look. I just decided to do a walk around before I got in the car the other day.
Yeah,
And I'm like, okay, what's going on here?
right. Then you got to report it stolen because you'd be there and did some stuff.
I
that
had
you didn't
to.
know.
Yeah.
Look, just like Ruben said, oh, anything happen to you, it's because of you. Nah, somebody else can take your tag and
they stole my identity.
They can become you for a little while. You
Right.
down the street there. Oh,
They were like, that girl just did a drive-by over there. It wasn't even me.
I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of people done been messed up,
Falsely accused.
Ruben said the most dangerous job in America is to be a black man.
Okay. And it's awful as it may sound. I agree. It's hard.
Man,
and I've always instilled this into my son.
I'm gonna say something. I was watching I seen a little clip of Blackish, right? You know, the
sitcom.
Black. And this stuff was so crazy because this what happened. He was finna get on the elevator, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the elevator opened, and there was a little white girl on the elevator. And he just bagged up. He was like, I'm not getting on that one. And I was sitting up there saying, yeah.
I would have done the same thing.
I mean, and it's hard to say it like that, but I mean, you can't even put yourself in certain situations being a black man. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at it and if you just a black man on there, and the child wasn't but 2 or 3 years old, like on the elevator, so you know that wasn't gonna fly. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it just you can't even put yourself in. So he just started stepping back. He started stepping back and he started looking around, stepping back, and he let the elevator close back while the child.
Right, don't take on that responsibility. You better not.
And I feel the same way. I wouldn't even took the stairs. I'd have stayed right there. If I had caught a camera somewhere, I'd have stayed right on the camera for a minute. Hey, I'm still here. I'm still here. Letting them know I got an alibi. I sat right there and played in that camera for 20 more minutes after I seen that child. I'm just saying. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, I got you. I got you.
So I mean, shoot, I'm sorry. Sometimes you got to do stuff that you didn't think you had to do. Last topic. What you think about it?
Let's see what this is.
Last topic.
Why do we throw away so much money? Because we have bad management of money skills. Like a lot of times we go in the store. Just say, for instance, I go to the grocery store. I have my list of all the things that I need. So if I get past my list, then it apparently isn't what I need. I see something that I feel is a good deal, or either you go to the shopping center, you see something that's cute. Oh, I like that. Let me get that for myself, So we kind of have, we don't always put our great priorities first. So I'm not just gonna say it's everybody else. It's me too. I have a little of that too. My spending habits can be a little off.
Oh man.
But Ruben said, real talk, he got a question. Are we gonna let these Caucasians take our city? Can you both chime in, Lions?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. You can't let nobody take nothing. What it is if you don't want it, somebody else gonna buy it. So let me tell you something. We got to tell, Black people to start getting their money together. We got to stop making excuses. We got to stop mathing and this and that. If you want to spend all your money, like some of these folks want to spend all your money on drinking and weed, don't get mad when you can't have what you want.
Right. You ain't got nothing but drinking and weed.
If you got to be invested in what you want in life. So don't get mad because somebody else taking the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I don't get mad. I think that's why I'm talking about the laziness. See, we do too much crying about stuff instead of saving and trying to make a difference on how we move. Just like you said, you got 34 houses. I mean, sound like you trying to take the city back.
That's what's up. You on your way with 34.
So I mean, if you got 34 houses, my guy, I mean, it sounds like you on what's name. So I be like, we got to have more pride in us. We can't point the fingers and all this. Like I said, we know it's dangerous being, Black out here sometimes and a Black man in America or whatever. But you got to kick them rocks to the side. You got to stop making excuses and keep on grinding. You know what I'm saying? Just like, look, I tell young kids all the time, stop telling your kids to preach this what a joker shouldn't do. Oh, you can't pull me over. I'm videotaping you. Man, shut up. Turn your thing on, maybe, because you can hear it or you can record what the officer's saying, and you put your hands up and do everything you supposed to do. Because I'm telling you,
you're gonna take with one time to say I'm not doing it. I'll comply.
My hands going on the steering wheel, player. And I know my Social Security number, everything by heart. And I'm gonna tell them everything I got to do, but I ain't finna move. And he ain't finna make me move. He can tell me get out the car or whatever. But moving, I'm heading my hand out the window. Hey, you want to go?
What you mean moving? What you mean, like your vehicle?
No, I'm talking about moving around, grabbing a wallet, all that.
Okay.
I ain't doing none of that stuff. I ain't trying to film him. I ain't trying to do nothing. I could turn it on, but it gonna be right there where I left it. And I'm gonna put my hand up there or whatever. And you got to realize what kind of cop you dealing with. Once they search your car, realize that you ain't got no weapon in there, then the filming can start or whatever you want to do.
Right.
But while you in a traffic stop, you better act like it.
Yep.
Get your tail lit up around this thing. And I'm just saying, this is not me being mean or nothing like that. I'm just telling people you can't always feel like you the victim and see, victim mentality is the same thing. I tell people all the time, when you out in the streets and you either a deer or you're a lion, you're either predator or prey. It's either or. Every person on this earth is either predator or prey. You know what I'm
Right, but don't say deer or lion.
saying? Sometimes ladies, like ladies, they'll come off, trying to be tough, but because that's our protection mechanism.
Right.
But that don't mean even if a dog, a chihuahua or whatever, as bad as they want to be, if a lion show up, you better learn how to run or get the hell up out of there, because you ain't gonna hold up. It don't matter how much you got and all that. And that's what I say about ladies, men, whoever. If somebody come at you the wrong way, you better learn how to dodge that bullet.
You sure better.
Right.
And that's in any circumstance.
Right. I be telling them.
And another thing, we don't need to put ourselves out there to become victims.
I gotta do one thing that I learned a long time ago.
What's that?
I was watching this movie, right? And it was a sword movie, right? And
a sword movie?
Yeah, it was a sword movie, right?
Okay, sword, okay.
Sword, like the
knife, long knife extension.
So the dude, he was kind of like a Zorro a little bit. So he was fighting. He was ching, 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 and everybody fighting him, and he was ching, 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 and they were fighting him up some stairs. Ching, 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 and he was shy, ching, 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 and he was ching, ching, and he said, he stopped. He said, "Hey," he said, "those who fights and runs away live to fight another day." And he dove into the water.
Wait, say it again. Those that fight
and runs away live to fight another day.
Another day. Okay. See,
and I said, that's the smartest thing that I ever heard.
Right, it's one man against all of you guys.
Yeah, and he dove he was in a castle, and he dove down there and dove into some water. And I just said, man, that's the perfect analogy. I always say, I ain't finna, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's no good way to leave here. But the whole purpose is to try to stay here as long as you can, try to be honorable of this and that. I know if push comes to shove, somebody push me the wrong way, I might have to hold up and might have to leave here. But at the same time, if I can see a way out, I'm going to take it, and I'll see you next time. You know what I'm saying? And people don't, I don't think
that'll stop a lot of confusion. Like that's how people around here getting killed. You're trying to talk about it, and it's already to another level. Brian said, we throw money away because we weren't raised to learn how to handle money and finances at an early age. And yes, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. A lot of times if we just provide for our kids, our children, not kids, not ghosts, but our children. And if you don't teach them how to save and how to, try and prepare for hard times or future, it won't happen. You'll still be providing for those kids at 50 years old, if that's what you did. Yeah. So if you don't instruct a person how to handle money and finances, it would probably be a financial burden for you that you didn't teach your child.
Yeah. And people don't realize that today child get older, still around and still just making bad choices and stuff like that. And the kids never get it. Sometimes the kids, they know it's coming. It's like growing up and saying, man, I ain't did nothing with my money. I ain't saved nothing. I ain't did this. And my mama getting older. If she leave here, can I take care of myself?
Right.
Who gonna love me like my mama?
Right.
Right. Uh-oh. He said, Marcus, you heard my 5-year And, hold on, say that again. What did he say?
Probably his 5-year-old. He sent you a video.
Oh yeah. That he sent me. Yeah.
Yeah.
He already teaching that young man how to work, and he said the man already talking about that. How you gonna get something like work and this and that? Yeah. He already
Okay, that's what's up.
that was up, man. Yeah. Man, and he talked, and one thing I can say about Derek,
Hmm.
he is out here teaching other people how to get money too. And
That's what's up.
that's the best thing when I meet black men and I see them giving up the game, because I ain't never not taught, dudes how to get money. If you want to know how to get money, you ask me, I'm gonna tell you what I know. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what you should do.
I'm not trying to hide it, because I feel like this. The more of us get money, the more we can help each other get money.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to get this money and I want nobody else to have it. I want.
And it's sad that it's people like that.
Yeah. Because I mean, our money, man, money made to be spread out here and for everybody.
Everybody. We all can get a little bit.
Just like we used to say, that they out here for everybody. We got some for everybody.
Hmm.
Go ahead. Read,
Leos are honorable and faithful. Our fault is loving what we love most. Knowing this family, real talk, we can't save everybody, but our best move is to stay isolated. I almost agree with LaRue, then.
Yeah, till you say isolated. I don't know about the isolated part.
Well, I don't know about isolation because that's something I don't really like. Isolation is a problem for me. But maybe I'm that Leo that don't like to be isolated. I like to stay involved.
Don't know like being in no cage.
Right.
I ain't wrong when you want to wrong.
Ain't gonna do But I can understand about being honorable, faithful, and loving. That's something that I do, and it's something that I practice in every area of my life. I try to be honorable in what I do. I try to be faithful in what I do and loving in what I do. So,
man, I ain't studying you, man. I ain't studying you. That was a good one, though. He said, we cool with Leos. I'm a Gemini. Yep. I got a Gemini. Gemini is all right. Even though they disappear on the Joker sometimes.
But I love my Geminis.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I used to love them Geminis too. Oh, come on back.
Oh. Wait a minute, what was that? Say it again.
He said just don't know it. That we isolate.
No, I just heard you say a word. I ain't never heard you say you love a who?
No, I didn't say I love.
Okay, well, we got to record it now. Yeah,
So do.
Rewind it back just for you. I'm gonna send you the clip.
Yes, we're gonna rewind back the show and okay, man. Okay, like they say, show can't go on forever. So sometimes everything must come to an end. What you got? Anything else?
Of course not. It's Petty Tuesday, not Messy Monday.
I ain't got nothing else. I'm sitting up here like it is ill. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? So all I can say is good night, and we'll see y'all next
week.
Next Monday and Tuesday. So, how they say, next Monday and Tuesday, we'll have another great show for you and all that good stuff. You know how it is. Jeffrey LaRue.
Please please. I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Got him! Got him!
I need you to get a meow sound. Meow. Something soft. That was too rough. Raw. Yeah.
Bruh.
All right, man.
Yeah.
See y'all next Monday and Tuesday at 9 o'clock. And see y'all then.
All right. Good night, everybody.
You got anything else?
I just said good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
Peace. We'll
Yeah, good night.
see. How they say? Let me make sure we see our Mr. Nordout, Mr. Bella. You know, we got to please don't forget to like and share. Don't
That
forget
part.
to like and share. It don't cost a thing. It don't cost
Free.
free.